Here are some tips for you to view the video. Number 1, always take notes over the video. That way you can pull it up later as a resource. Number 2, make sure you download the practice problem and answer key found in the description. And number 3, when you're practicing your problems, make sure you always put a time on it. This will allow you to get used to the pressure that will be helpful on test day.
Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Group 2 from District Test 2024. As always, the top right-hand corner of your notes that you can write down, you'll be able to see which one we're talking about. We're going to be learning how to do a bank reconciliation. Now, what is a bank reconciliation? A bank reconciliation is when you're comparing your checkbook balance to the bank statement balance. And what usually happens is they don't equal. So what I like to do is make this the checkbook side, this the bank side. And on the checkbook side and the bank side, you're going to start off with two unadjusted balances. So the unadjusted is like in the checkbook, is the amount that you have recorded as cash in your bank. For the bank side, this unadjusted balance is the amount found for the ending bank balance on the bank statement. And more than likely, they will not match. And there are reasons why they don't match. So we have to do adjustments to both sides to make them equal at the bottom, which we would call the adjusted balances. Now, let me explain what affects each side. So I always like to start with the bank side because this is the one that you know is the easiest to figure out. So there's only two things that usually affect the bank side, and that would be the outstanding deposits and the outstanding checks. So your outstanding deposits, what outstanding means is they're out there. They haven't cleared the bank. So for instance, if I have a friend who writes me a check for $20, on my checkbook, I'm going to go ahead and put that I'm getting $20, and then I'll add it to my balance in my checkbook. But when the bank statement is sent, that check may have not gone to my bank, to their bank to clear. So the bank has no record of it yet. So then we have to adjust the bank balance by adding that outstanding deposit. So any deposits that have not cleared the bank, we add to this balance. And then also opposite of that, we have checks. Checks are what we write to pay for things. So I may pay $20 to someone, put minus 20 in my checkbook balance, but then it never cleared the bank, or it hasn't cleared the bank yet. So then I want to take out those outstanding checks. So then I get an adjusted bank balance. Now, then this balance should always equal this balance. Now, what affects the checkbook side? Well, there's several things. A bank service charge. A lot of times we don't know that the bank is taking money out of our account for a service charge until we see it on the actual bank account. So we need to subtract the bank service charge. NSC, insufficient checks. So a lot of times a customer will give us a check, and then we go deposit it and they don't have enough money in their funds to cover the check they wrote. So what happens is the bank actually makes us pay the fee. We get charged a fee from our bank, and then we have to take out, because we thought it was going to be a deposit, we have to then subtract out the check because we didn't actually receive the money from the customer. And then sometimes there's an error. So we might accidentally transpose numbers, and we might put 64 in our checkbook when it was actually 46 that cleared the bank. So sometimes we either have to add or subtract the difference in the error we made. So these are the things that affect. So you can see there's multiple things that can affect the checkbook side, and usually your best bet, these two things. So what she likes to do on the test is she likes to maybe give you this amount with everything that's happening. And you got to figure out what affects which side. And then when you do the math, you get here. And then you know this number has to always be the same over here. And then you work backwards to get this. So at a lot of times her question, there may be 2 questions on the test, and she might be asking, what's the adjusted checkbook balance? And then she may be asking, what's the unadjusted bank balance? And that's usually what you have to do. So let's go ahead, now that I've explained the concept, we're going to go ahead and pull up this problem, this problem on the district test. Remember, in the descriptions, I'm always going to be posting the group problem and the answer key so you can download those and follow along with me as I teach it. Thanks.
Everybody. Let's now go ahead and take the information that we learned about how to do a bank rec and now apply it to Group 2 in the District 2024 UIL test. So I have Group 2 pulled up on the left, and then I have what we discussed on the right. So looking at the test, it says that we are going to read the situations that happen on a bank rec, and we need to decide if we're going to A, add it to the checkbook balance, B, deduct it from the checkbook balance, C, add it to the bank statement balance, or D, deduct it from the bank statement balance. So here we go. Look at number 7. It says Sunshine Incorporated's made checks, and then it gives the 3 check numbers were not listed on the bank statement. So these checks were outstanding. So if you look at what we wrote down, our notes, any outstanding checks affect the bank side and they need to be deducted. So the answer would be D, deducted from the bank statement balance. Number 8, there was a bank service charge of $8. Looking at our notes, the checkbook side is affected with bank service charge and we deduct it. So that would be B, deduct from the checkbook balance. Number 9, a deposit was not listed on the bank statement. So this is an outstanding deposit. So it affects the bank side. So we always add outstanding deposits. So that would be C, add to the bank statement balance. Now number 10, if you look, is a bonus question. So it says Sunshine's Incorporated's check 1855 was recorded and subtracted on the check stub as $64, but it correctly cleared the bank at 46. So this was an error on our part. So this is going to affect the checkbook side. Now we got to figure out, are we going to be adding it or subtracting it? So it looks like we wrote down that we spent $64, but it was really 46. So we took away too much. So we need to add back the $20. So this would be A, add back to the checkbook balance. And then number 11, a customer's check deposited but was returned by the bank as NSF. So this is a non-sufficient check. So it affects the checkbook side and we always deduct it. So that answer would be B, deduct from the checkbook balance. So hopefully this helps you. Anytime you do a bank reconciliation problem on any of the UIL tests, just remember the best thing to do is remember what affects the bank side and what affects the checkbook side. Well, thanks for working with me today. Please make sure you remember to subscribe to my channel and hit like. And then always, please leave comments on anything else you want me to cover or anything you feel like I need to do different to help you learn UIL accounting. Thanks. Have a great day.